物語を聞きたいか？残念、大凶よ。終わりが来るまで踊っちゃおう。幸があらんことを承服。邪運一掃。この札で書店を見尽くさん。あら。幸があらんことを承服。あら残念、大凶よ。終わりが来るまで踊っちゃおう。幸があらんことを承服。この札で書店を見尽くさん。あら残念、大凶よ。 時間がもったいないわ。でかいのがいるわね。私に任せて。力を合わせ。金石の意志。時間がもったいないわ。天地を支える。死は歯には歯を、不義を飲む。さあ死をむさぼりよえ。死は歯には歯を、すべて上昇。腐敗。はっ、大将は定まった。死は歯には歯を、
そろそろ西風に乗って出発。
一騎打ちし、迷いはない。
竜よ、不朽不滅をもって発光をかける。
よい、
いけ
悪くない。
見え見えだな。不義を、さあ死をむさぼりよえ。死は歯には歯を、
すべて上昇。腐敗。やって大将は定まった。
死はい
け
実報に光。
風呂を沸かすよ。盛り上がろう。後を残さず。後を残さず。
吉星交渉。木は家中にあり。
見えたぞ。
俺様だけで十分だ。
さらばじゃ。
人は天命にある。この札で書店を見尽くさん。
行こう狐せ。掟に従いわらわが裁く。
幸があらんことを承服。
全ての技は私の手に。積んだな。拙者最高の瞬間を色。みんなステージに注目。反則じゃ。
あら残念。大凶よ。
考えるだけじゃない、感じるんだ。積んだな。拙者行こう狐先生。掟に従うわらわが裁く。みんなを守ってよ。ありがとう。あと500年は戦えるよ。開拓よ巻き起これ。お仕置きだ。行こう狐先生。掟に従いわらわが裁く。
幸があらんことを承服。
全ての技は私の手に。反則じゃ。拙者
In 2002, the small team at Bethesda Game Studios released The Elder Scrolls III: Morrowind, believing it would be the studio's swan song before closing its doors forever. It was bittersweet, but believing this would be their final project, the development team had the freedom to take creative risks and make the game they truly wanted to make. The end result? A major commercial hit that not only saved the studio, but is still loved and played by new and returning fans nearly a quarter-century later. Praised for its unique setting, strong storytelling, and inventive world-building, Morrowind would usher in a new era of open-world RPGs. 4 years after Morrowind's release, Bethesda followed it up with beloved RPG classic, The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. Then, in 2011, Bethesda released The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim, a game that marked a significant leap forward in visual fidelity from the studio's earlier titles, and left an indelible impression on an entire generation of players. From that moment on, many new and longtime fans found themselves wondering the same thing. What would Morrowind have been like if those tools and technologies were available in 2002? In an effort to answer that question, Skywind was born. Hello and welcome to another installment of Skywind's The Road So Far series, where we take a look at the work that's been done since our last update and what we have left to do. If this is your first time here, we're glad you've joined us. If you've been following us for a while, welcome back. Since our last update video in 2024, we've received many requests for another in-depth look at how the project is progressing. So today, we're excited to share where we're currently at and what we're focusing on next. In our previous update video, we gave an in-depth summary of the project's history, from its initial concept by the original team of volunteers to the work of hundreds of volunteer contributors today. We highly recommend checking it out and have linked it in the description below. With that, let's take a look at each department and where Skywind as a whole stands today. One of the 2D team's largest responsibilities has been creating the concept art for Skywind's assets, from buildings and furniture to armor and creatures. The team has also contributed paintings, book illustrations, notes, posters, and other in-game artwork that add character and help make the world feel lived in. In our 2024 update, the department was 97% complete, with only the Redoran interior tile set remaining. We're happy to report that this final tile set concept work is now complete, as well as almost all other necessary 2D tasks for the entire base game. With this, the 2D team has mostly shifted to working on non-essential extra tasks and the DLCs, while tying up the occasional loose ends if we notice any gaps in base game content. Additional creative tasks have included new decals for unique locations, maps and guides included new decals for unique locations, maps and guides, texture variations for furniture and creatures, as well as tattoos and scarification designs. These extras are made as requests come up while other departments are still working and aren't holding up a release. Using the 2D team's concept art, the 3D art department creates the models and assets that appear in-game. Since our 2024 update, a lot of progress has been made by the 3D team. Work on Morrowind's unique Daedric helms is nearly complete, as are the Daedric weapons, marking the final base weapon set to be modelled for Skywind. Unique set pieces for Ebonheart have been finished and implemented, along with essential creatures like the Kwama Queen, Ascended Sleeper, and certain unique and important NPCs. Another important milestone is the completion of the Redoran interior tile set, including room sets, huts, and various unique buildings, which had been a long-standing bottleneck, and work can now resume in many areas that had previously been on hold. With this, 28 of 30 tile sets are now complete, leaving only the Dunmer Stronghold interiors and exteriors, which have already seen significant progress, with clutter finalized and most meshes complete and testing underway. For our remaining 3D assets, here is where we're at in comparison to 2024. The largest remaining category is still clothing, though thanks to major efforts this past year, these are roughly 75% complete. There is still a lot of work left, however, and we're actively looking for artists experienced with 3D clothing assets to help create the remaining pieces from our concept art. Interested in helping out but unsure about sending in a full application? We have a new public 3D bounty board in our Discord server. Here you can read more about some of the remaining assets, see specific instructions for each piece, and if you're looking to take on a challenge, send in your own contribution. Using assets created by the art teams, the level design team constructs the cities, dungeons, wilderness areas, and interior locations that players will explore across Vardenfell. Skywind's exterior world is divided into 13 regions. Since our 2024 update, most of these areas have entered their final stages of completion, with 10 of the 13 regions sitting at between 90 and 100% finished, including Sheogorad and the Grazelands. And the Grazelands. Work continues in Zarfabel Bay and the Western Ashlands, while Red Mountain will likely be the final region to wrap up. Interior work is also advancing steadily. Here is how the cell count compares between 2024 and 2026. In total, only 4% of our 1,256 interior cells are left awaiting work, with 16% currently undergoing level design. The remaining locations are awaiting final reviews for touch-ups to ensure they meet our standards and QA to ensure quality. Here are some newly finished locations that have been sent off for nav meshing and optimization. As a whole, the level design department sits at an overall exterior completion of 86%, while the finished interiors that have moved through to other review stages are at 79%. Once locations have been built by the level design team, they need to be pathed so that NPCs and creatures can properly navigate them. This requires carefully placed navigation meshes, both for interiors and exteriors. The NavMesh team also handles level optimization, allowing computers to know when to render specific areas, which helps improve the game's overall performance. Here is how the exterior nav meshing has progressed since August of 2020. Since our last update, interior nav meshing has advanced strongly, and both interior and exteriors have now reached roughly 75% completion. The team continues to work closely with level designers, beginning work on new areas as soon as they become available. One of the defining features of Morrowind was its wide variety of creatures, each with its own distinct look and behavior. For Skywind, our animation team is responsible for bringing those creatures to life. Many of the creatures of Skywind use existing skeletons from Skyrim, allowing them to take advantage of animations already present in the engine. Others require entirely unique movement and behavior, which the team supports through custom skeletons and animation rigs. In our 2024 update video, we shared our plan to create custom skeletons for 15 of the 44 creatures found in Morrowind. As of today, 14 of those 15 creatures are now in various stages of completion, with the final model, the Ascended Sleeper, just having been delivered by the 3D team, allowing animation work to begin. Following our last update, the Ascended Sleeper, just having been delivered by the 3D team, allowing animation work to begin. Following our last update, a wave of talented animators joined the project, marking 2024 the department's most productive year yet, with 87 animations complete. Progress remains steady, in part due to a recent breakthrough allowing both Blender and Maya to be used interchangeably. Today, 75% of the animations required for release are finished. Visual effects, or VFX, play a key role in shaping tone and atmosphere, while also supporting core gameplay systems such as magic, making it central to the game's experience. In our 2024 update, roughly half of Skywind's spell effects were complete. Since then, the team has finished VFX for nearly all spells, with the majority already passing a final review. The work here has included making sure that spells look good in first person, third person, spells look good in first person, third person, as well as having appropriate visuals in the inventory screen. Recent VFX work has also focused on weather, lighting, and water, expanding Skywind's environmental systems using real-world lighting data and custom sky textures. Having broken new grounds with a new weather archetype system, the team will be able to rapidly fill out all weather types for every region, ensuring productivity while maintaining equal standards. All of Skywind's lighting and weather systems are built entirely within Skyrim's vanilla engine, without relying on external lighting modifications. This means the final release of Skywind should remain fully compatible with different lighting and weather mods for Skyrim. Our sound design team helps bring the world of Vardenfell to life through audio and SFX. From fearsome creatures to space-bending spells to the ambient to space-bending spells to the ambient audio that fills each location. Skywind's original sound effects hope to make you feel present in the world. In our last video, the sound effects department reported an overall completion rate of 48%, with the categories looking like this. After 2 years of productive work, it now looks like this. Of the remaining tasks, we've decided which are absolute must-haves. Once those must-haves are complete, SFX considers themselves ready for release. If we normalize these charts to show progress towards being release-ready, you get a better sense of just how close we are. While Morrowind's music is iconic, due to copyright, we cannot redistribute those tracks directly. However, thanks to the Dragonborn DLC adding many of Morrowind's classic adventure tracks into Skyrim, we are able to incorporate some of them for selected occasions in the game. Additionally, our composers have been creating a new score inspired by the tone and atmosphere of the original game. These tracks shape the player's experience of the world, with music for specific regions. Different types of dungeons, as well as combat. Since our 2024 update, the department has undergone a major revival. Through renewed organization and the addition of several new composers, the soundtrack has grown significantly, now totaling over 130 tracks. Skywind's exploration music is approaching completion, with over 5 hours of music finished. Of exploration's 11 categories, only 2 are still in progress. We have smaller goals for our combat and dungeon music, with the aim of reaching 1 hour and 1.5 hours respectively. We're around halfway towards those goals. Going forward, the music department is focused on filling in the remaining gaps of the soundtrack, and is considered 73% finished as a whole. The asset implementation team gathers all completed models, textures, gameplay mechanics, and audio, and integrates them into the game's engine so they function properly in-game. As we mentioned in our last update video, one of the team's most exciting milestones has been successfully integrating Morrowind's original layered armor slot system into Skywind. That means, yes, just like the original Morrowind, you'll be able to equip 2 different gloves at the same time. Today, implementation continues as new assets are completed, from armor and weapons to clothing. And environmental pieces. Currently, all implementation work is handled by just 4 team members, with many finished assets awaiting implementation, so we're always looking for contributors with experience using Nifscope who might be able to help. The writing team is responsible for adapting and expanding text and dialogue from the original Morrowind, including quests, books, item descriptions, dialogue, and other in-game writing. We're happy to report that all major writing work for the base game is now complete. Currently, the team is working on finishing item descriptions, formatting the vast library of in-game books, and proofreading text to ensure consistency across the entire project. But will soon shift their attention to the Tribunal and Blood Moon expansions. These expansions will be developed as post-release content and will not delay the release of Skywind's base game. Once our writing team finalizes a script, it's passed to one of our many voice actors, who then bring their characters to life.
All Outlanders are looking for the old Deep Elf places. Have you heard of Nichardo? Maybe not. Maybe you will be surprised when you see it.
It is just a social club. We like the finer things in life. Those who join this club, they must know how to get the finer things in life.
Foyata Mamea is a volcanic ravine that runs from the top of Red Mountain southwest to its end, just below Balmora. An old Dwemer bridge crosses the Foyata near Fort Muma.
In Skywind, each of the approximately 3,000 NPCs will be fully voiced by real people with zero use of AI. This is thanks to the work of nearly 300 volunteer voice actors over the span of 10 years. Last year, the team reached a major milestone. Every role in the base game was fully cast and assigned, so we are no longer seeking voice actors. Since 2024, there's been steady progress in voice actor submissions. Right now, there are only 3 actors left still working on their initial recordings, and about 50 who are in the retake stage. That is, recording corrections for errors, background noises, or missing lines. Despite this massive undertaking, and contrary to popular assumptions, voice acting should be one of the first departments to finish. Once a voice actor submits their recorded performance, the work moves to another stage of the pipeline, known as file cutting, which can best be described as voice acting quality assurance. During the file cutting process, the team reviews each line to ensure it follows the script exactly and meets the project's audio standards, checking for pronunciation, sound quality, and other irregularities before preparing the files for implementation. The department has seen a steady stream of new recordings as more actors complete their roles, and the team has kept pace with the growing volume of dialogue. At this point, over 90% of file cutting work has been completed, with the remaining tasks either in progress or awaiting the final voice submissions. Once approved by file cutting, voice lines are mixed and mastered so that dialogue sounds clean, clear, and consistent with the rest of the game.
The Blightstorm's been really bad this year. My friend who makes the Margon pilgrimage every year got caught in a real doozy. He was in a pretty bad way until they got him back to a temple.
With Skywind being fully voiced, a combined total of 184,714 individual lines of dialogue will eventually need processing. As mentioned in our 2024 update, voice mastering had become one of the project's major bottlenecks, and the original workflow was far too slow to keep pace with Skywind's scale. Since shifting to batch processing for non-major characters, and with new dedicated leadership, the department is working hard to streamline production. Currently, over 22,000 lines of dialogue have made it fully through the mastering process, representing around 12% of all lines. While there is still a long way to go, we have more than doubled our numbers since 2024, and we hope to continue accelerating. If you have experience with dialogue editing, mixing, or mastering, we would love to hear from you. Our quest implementation team carries out the painstaking process of building quests inside the creation kit, connecting dialogue, scripts, locations, and characters so they function correctly during gameplay. Implementation work has continued steadily across the quest lineup. While a small number of quests are currently on hold as they wait for related work in other departments, such as level design and navmesh, the vast majority are either playable or actively being implemented. At this point, over 87% of all quests are complete or undergoing QA testing, with the remaining work focusing on final testing, debugging, and polish. Behind many of Skywind's systems is the work of the coding department. If art, sound, and design provide the pieces of the world, coding is what connects those pieces together, ensuring everything functions correctly. Because the department works across so many areas of the game, it can be difficult to summarize everything that has been developed. However, several important milestones have been achieved since our last update. Over the past 2 years, the team has implemented a number of gameplay systems inspired by mechanics from the original Morrowind. These include the full NPC class system, allowing characters to use attributes and all 27 skills, as well as Morrowind-style traps that can be disarmed using probes. Gameplay mechanics have continued to evolve, with improvements to throwing weapons, paralysis effects, and underwater combat, which now allows the player character to perform attacks, including with ranged weapons and spells, in both first and third person. Work has also continued on Skywind's UI, including character creation screens and the level up menu. Durability and charge bars have been added to the inventory screen. And spellcrafting has continued to evolve, allowing players to create their own custom spells, specifically tailored to their own build and character. We're always interested in hearing from people with experience in game scripting, programming, or the creation engine who may be interested in contributing. Quality assurance, or QA, is the final stop for almost everything that enters the game. The QA team works alongside other departments, testing content as it becomes available to ensure everything functions as intended. This includes checking level design cells for bugs and visual issues, verifying that NPCs can navigate environments correctly, and confirming that characters and creatures behave as expected. The QA team also works on making sure that quests are playable and properly tracked. In 2024, the department had completed a first pass on roughly 235 quests. Today, 320 out of the 484 total quests have undergone a first QA pass. Level design testing is also well underway, with approximately 300 interior cells having undergone a first pass. But new tasks arrive as the level design and nav meshing departments are making steady progress. With the workload growing, the QA team is always happy to welcome additional testers to help ensure the final game is as stable and polished as possible. Although Skywind's voice acting will remain in English, volunteers from around the world are translating all in-game text, like dialogues, menus, and item descriptions, into many languages, allowing players to experience this world in their native tongue. While localization will not delay the release of the base game, our goal is to support as many languages as possible at launch. Here's a look at some of our current language teams and their progress. Several additional languages also have smaller translation efforts underway. Many teams could benefit from more volunteer translators, particularly for French, Italian, German, Spanish, Russian, Polish, and Brazilian Portuguese. If you have experience with writing in these or another language, we'd love to hear from you. While most departments focus on building the game itself, the media team helps keep the community informed about Skywind's progress. That includes producing update videos like this one, and managing the project's presence across social media. This ongoing visibility has been one of the most important ways Skywind continues to attract new contributors, artists, developers, and creators year after year. If you don't have time to apply to the team yourself, engaging with our posts and videos and spreading the word about the project through social media is a great way to help us out. Additionally, the media department also includes a dedicated wiki team, documenting concept art, development, and other aspects of the project, to serve as a guide for future players, as well as to help preserve a bit of the history of the efforts that made this idea come to be. Here is a summary of where each department stands as of 2026. Across all departments, the most difficult groundwork is already in place, allowing more pieces of Skywind to move toward completion. In 2026, progress on the project remains steady, but a handful of bottlenecks still stand in our way. A common misconception is that Skywind has been worked on by the same small group of people, steadily chipping away at it for over a decade. In reality, the project has functioned more like a relay race, with the initial contributors having long since passed the baton. Over the years, more than 1,000 contributors have given what they could, when they could, to an idea they believed in. Today, nearly every active volunteer was once a follower of the project, just like you. And the hurdles ahead can only be overcome as long as people, like you, continue to volunteer. In particular, our team is in need of 3D artists creating final game-ready assets and clothing, asset implementers who bring finished assets, quests, and systems into the game, dialogue editors who can help mix and master voice lines, programmers, especially for work on systems like NPC scheduling and behavior, and QA testers, whose work is essential for identifying issues, maintaining consistency, and ensuring overall stability. To learn more, visit our website, tesrSkywind.com, or join our Discord server at the link below. Looking forward, development continues across the project, with several exciting areas gaining new momentum. Most notably, since wrapping up core base game tasks, our 2D art team and writing team are starting work on the Blood Moon and Tribunal expansions, a milestone that's been eagerly anticipated for many years. The expansions are planned as part of a post-release update worked on when departments finish the base game content, and thus won't cause any delays to Skywind's release. Skywind exists today for the same reason it began, a shared love of the Elder Scrolls 3 and a desire to experience its world and story for the first time all over again. Like the game that inspired it, Skywind is the result of creativity, persistence, collaboration, perhaps a little risk, shaped by many hands over many years, each one leaving their mark before passing the torch. Every contribution matters. Every step forward counts, and together, they bring Skywind closer to the vision that started it all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your
騒ぐな。
舐めないでください。よっと。はっ、わしに手を出すつもりか。
さあどっ
生きて。
ついてこい。はっ、ちゃい。やっ。へっ。はっ。今だ、黎明の光を。はっ、
やっ、またが歩いてくるとはな。
行け。はは。
まだ足りないか。
対処する必要がある。
3月よ、輝け。
発駆のごとし強行。灯火のもとに陰りなし。
聞く価値もない雨上がり。 ルリが月を映す。はっ、そこ。洗い清めましょう。さあ、
情報は伝えてある。
今宵月を捧ぐ。
先生こっちで血人行ってアド
今せ行け。価格守るし先行に来たれ。
伝えてある。
移して新月が来る。
俺につけ強行灯火のもとに陰りな。
片付けましょう。はっはっ、洗い清めましょう。行け。
対処する必要がある。
生きて今宵月をさ。
先生こっちで黎明の光を行って
聞く価値もない雨上がり。ルリが月を映す。洗い清めましょう。移して新月が来る。
神軍俺につけ光の裁きを受ける。頼んだよ。
片付けましょう。さあ、はっ、
ここは冒険者たちが活躍するのにぴったりな場所だと思いません？ 所だと思いません？
先方は確かに不思議けれど、法を治める前に心を治めなければ、全ては水面に映る月のごとく触れた瞬間に砕け散ってしまう。星とし無事今日の星とし数理は世の断りの基本よ。興味があるなら演算を教えてあげる。そうね、まずは指を10本出してみて。基礎から教えてあげましょう。
しっかりついてこいよ。しっかりついてこいよ。
水中玄関
風向きに気をつけろ。はっ
よっ流れて
行くぞ。
行け。装置の加護。行け。満ちて。流れて。